How many times have you said, I will do it later, or I'll start my dream project next year? Later is a comfortable word, but it is also the most expensive one you will ever use. In today's episode, Emma finds an old journal from 7 years ago, full of untouched dreams, and Daniel shares how a family health scare completely changed his view on time. Stop treating your life like a rehearsal for the future. Life is short, and it is already happening right now. Let's talk about it.
Hello, I am Emma.
And I am Daniel.
It is so wonderful to see you. How has your week been?
My week has been very busy, but I am doing great, thank you. I was looking forward to our conversation today while I was working.
Me too, Daniel. Today we have a topic that I think can change how we look at our time.
Oh, that sounds important, Emma. What is the topic of our conversation today?
Today we are talking about our point of view on life and time. We rarely see life in this way when we are busy, but life is not a rehearsal. It is short and it is already happening.
Wow, that is a powerful topic, Emma. I think many people spend their days waiting for their real life to begin in the future.
Yes, we spend so much time saying later to our dreams, our hobbies, and the people we love, as if we have unlimited time.
I agree completely. The word later is a dangerous trap.
Yes, Daniel.
We treat today like a practice run, but in reality, time moves in only one direction and it never stops.
Yes, exactly. To start our conversation today, I know you had a big experience 2 years ago that changed how you view your daily schedule. Would you mind sharing that story with us?
Yes, of course, I'd love to share it. 2 years ago, on a regular Tuesday morning, my phone rang while I was sitting at my office desk making a list of work tasks.
Who was calling you early in the morning?
It was my mother. Her voice was trembling, and she told me that my father was in the ambulance on his way to the local hospital.
Oh no, that must have been so scary for you to hear, Daniel. What had happened to your father?
He had a sudden chest pain and collapsed in the garden. For about 3 hours at the hospital, the doctors ran tests while my mother and I sat in the cold waiting room.
You must have been scared during those long hours in the waiting room.
Emma, I felt completely terrified. I looked at the clock on the wall, and every single second felt like a heavy weight. I realized how fragile everything is.
And what did the doctors say when they came out to talk to you?
Luckily, it was not life-threatening. It was a severe reaction to some new medicine, and he was able to go home the next day. He was completely fine.
Oh, thank goodness. What a relief for you and your family.
Yes, it was a huge relief, Emma. But even though my father was okay, that afternoon in the hospital was like a sudden wake-up alarm inside my head.
How did it feel different for you after you went back to your daily life?
The following week felt completely different. It felt sharper, quieter, and much more careful. I looked at my usual daily schedule with new eyes.
What kind of things did you notice when your viewpoint became sharper?
Well, before that event, I used to hurry through my mornings. I would drink my coffee in 2 seconds, check my emails constantly, and ignore the warm sunlight outside my window.
Yes, we often rush through our mornings without noticing anything around us.
Exactly. But that week, I slowed down. When I drank my coffee, I actually tasted it. When I walked outside, I looked at the green trees and felt the cool air on my face. I called my father every evening just to hear his laugh.
That sounds like you woke up to the reality of the present moment, Daniel.
Yes, Emma. I realized that time is not something we can save in a bank for later. Time only moves in one direction, and every single day is a gift that happens right now.
That is such a deep realization, Daniel. Life is short, and we never know what tomorrow will bring.
Exactly. I told myself I don't want to look back and regret living my life like a machine. But Emma, I know you had a quieter realization about this same feeling, right?
Yes, Daniel. My experience was much quieter, but it hit my heart hard. It happened last year while I was cleaning out my old wooden wardrobe.
What did you find inside your wardrobe, Emma?
Down at the very bottom of a dusty box, I found an old paper journal. I opened it and looked at the date on the first page. It was from 7 years ago.
7 years ago? That is a long time. What had you written on those pages back then?
Back then, when I was younger, I had written a long list titled, "Things I am going to do soon." I listed all my biggest dreams and goals.
What kind of goals were on your list, Emma?
Oh, things like learn how to play the acoustic guitar, take an Italian cooking class, visit the ancient temples in Greece, and write a short storybook.
Wow, they sound like wonderful, exciting goals. How many of those items had you done over the 7 years?
Daniel, I looked down the long list and almost none of it had ever happened. Most of those dreams were still sitting on that old paper, untouched.
Oh, wow. Why do you think you hadn't done them during these years?
Because for 7 years, I kept putting them off. Every month I told myself, I am too busy with work right now, or I will start the guitar lessons next summer when I have more free time.
Ah, the famous word later. We tell ourselves that later will be more convenient and comfortable.
Yes, I lived in a permanent state of later. I thought I was preparing for my real life. But standing there and holding that dusty journal, I realized that 7 years of my youth had passed while I was waiting for the right time.
How did you feel when you held that journal and realized how much time had passed?
I felt a quiet sadness, Daniel. I thought I wasted 7 years of possible joy because I was waiting for a perfect moment that never arrived.
7 years of waiting for a later that never arrived.
Yes, I realized that later is a comfortable word to use when we are scared or lazy, but it is actually the most expensive word we will ever use because it costs us our time.
Wow. Later is a comfortable word, but it is the most expensive one you will ever use.
Yes, it costs us our moments, our energy, and our dreams. We treat our lives as if we are rehearsing for a grand play that will happen in the future.
That word rehearsal is interesting. A rehearsal is when actors practice on stage before the real audience enters the theater.
Exactly. In a theater rehearsal, if you make a big mistake, you can stop, reset, and try again from the beginning. Nothing counts yet because it is just practice.
But real life is not like a theater stage, is it?
No, Daniel, there is no rehearsal. The curtain is already up and the lights are already bright. The audience is already watching. Life is happening right now, this very moment.
That is so true. Every hour that passes is an hour of our real life that we can never replay or edit again.
Exactly. And so many people live in a waiting room. They say, I will be happy when I get a promotion, or I will enjoy my weekend when I finish all my chores, or I will travel when I retire.
Yes, they put their happiness behind a wall that keeps moving further away.
Yes, and then one day they look back at their lives and realize they spent 50 years standing in a line waiting for life to begin.
That is why I love our topic today, Emma. We need to wake up from that comfortable sleep and realize that today is the only time we actually own.
Absolutely, Daniel. But we also need to be careful. Sometimes when people hear life is short, they think they must quit their jobs, sell their house, and move to an island tomorrow.
Yes, that would be very overwhelming and stressful. We don't need to change our whole life in one dramatic day.
No, not at all. Living in the present moment is actually about small, practical choices that we make every single day.
What are some small, practical ways that you try to live more in the present now, Emma?
Well, after I found that old journal, I made a simple rule for myself called the 5-minute joy rule.
The 5-minute joy rule? That sounds very interesting, Emma. How does that rule work?
Whenever I feel like putting off something small that brings me peace, like drinking a warm tea on my balcony, reading a nice book, or calling a friend, I do it immediately for just 5 minutes.
So you don't wait anymore? You just take 5 minutes right away?
Exactly. I walk out to the balcony right now, take 3 deep breaths, look at the sky, and enjoy those 5 minutes completely.
I love that. It breaks the habit of putting off your happiness until the weekend.
Yes, it teaches my mind that my joy is allowed to happen today in the middle of a busy workday.
That is wonderful. My own habit is very simple too. I call it single tasking.
Single tasking? Tell me more about that, Daniel. Most people try to multitask.
Yes, multitasking means doing many things at once while worrying about 5 other things in your head. When you multitask, you are never truly present anywhere.
That is so true. Your body is in one place, but your mind is 10 miles away in the future.
Exactly. So now, when I eat my lunch, I only eat my lunch. I put away my phone, pay attention to the food, and enjoy it fully.
That's great. You are truly present in the moment and enjoying it.
Also, when I speak to someone, I give them my 100% attention. I don't look at my watch or think about my emails. I listen to their words as if they are the only people in the world at that moment.
That is such a warm and respectful gift to give to other people.
It really is, Emma, and it makes your life feel so much richer and longer because you are actually present for your own experiences.
Yes, when you pay attention to the small details of your day, time feels slower and more meaningful rather than flying past in a blur.
I see this happen so often with language learners who are studying English, Emma. They get caught in the later trap, too.
Oh, yes. I know so many students who say, I will start speaking English when I am fluent, or I will practice speaking when I have perfect grammar.
But that is like saying, I will go into the water after I learn how to swim. It doesn't work that way.
That is a great comparison, Daniel. You cannot learn to swim without getting wet, and you cannot enjoy speaking English without making messy mistakes.
Exactly. Every time you practice, you are living your real learning journey right now. You're not rehearsing for a future test.
Yes, don't put off your conversations. Don't wait until you know 3,000 words. Speak today with the 10 words you know and enjoy the process of connecting with others.
Yes, because I don't want any of our listener friends to look back in 5 years and regret waiting so long to use their English voice.
Exactly, Daniel. I don't want to look back and regret is a phrase that can help us to make better and braver choices.
For example, I don't want to look back and regret not trying. Or, I don't want to look back and regret spending all my time on my phone.
Using that phrase helps us clarify what truly matters to us before the time passes.
Yes. Today, we also used phrases like, I kept putting it off, to explain our old habits of delay.
For example, I kept putting off learning the guitar for 7 years.
Yes, this shows a pattern of waiting that happened in the past.
Now, Daniel, let's summarize our main takeaways from today's episode so our listener friends can carry them in their hearts this week.
Wonderful. Let's review our main stories and lessons.
First, remember Daniel's story about his father. Time is fragile and moves in one direction. Don't wait for anything to enjoy the present.
Second, Emma's old journal. Don't let your dreams sit on a dusty list. Later is a comfortable word, but it is the most expensive one you will ever use.
And third, remember that life is not a rehearsal. The show is already happening right now, today. Practice single tasking and find 5 minutes of simple joy in your schedule this afternoon.
Those are such warm reminders, Emma. I feel more grounded and present after our chat today.
Me too, Daniel. Our talk always helps me slow down and appreciate the beautiful gift of today.
As we wrap up our conversation, I would like to invite our listener friends to think about your own life today.
Is there something warm, kind, or meaningful that you have been putting off until later?
Have you been waiting for a perfect free weekend to call a friend, walk in the park, or practice a hobby you love?
Remember that today is the only real time you have in your hands. You don't need a whole free week. You just need a few minutes today to begin.
Life is short, beautiful, and already happening all around you.
Step out of the waiting room and enjoy this very hour.
We are so grateful for your presence with us today, listening to our slow English conversation to care for your mind and your language skills.
Yes, if our stories brought a little bit of clarity or warmth to your day, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.
Now, before we say our final goodbyes, let's do an activity called the I Don't Want to Regret Challenge.
Oh, I love this activity. Our listener friends can participate in the comments section below.
Yes, it is very simple. You can write a sentence in simple English using our phrase of the day to share what matters to you.
For example, you could write, I don't want to look back and regret not speaking English, so today I am leaving this comment.
That is a perfect sentence, Daniel. Or you could write, I don't want to look back and regret working too much, so today I am going for a short walk.
Type your challenge sentence in the comments below right now. We cannot wait to read your thoughts.
This is Daniel. And this is Emma.
Enjoy this moment, everyone. Life is already happening.
Goodbye for now, friends.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more English Talks with Avie. You can explore more videos here. Thanks.